Hello. So I am re-videoing this recording on day 6. The sound was just really, really terrible, and I thought, I'm just going to re-record this because this is not going to work. And so when I was editing, I was like, okay, I'm just going to re-record. So I'm just going to share some amazing things that happened this day, and I hope it inspires you, or maybe it'll bring more questions to your mind. But what I shared was that the day before working with my parents, I had some discussions with my dad, and he and I are very close. We've always been very close and really able to talk with each other, but he's been going through some really hard things for him right now, and he said he felt he needed to share something with me, and afterward it made sense. He brought up that he has been diagnosed with what's called a dependency disorder, and he started talking about some of those things, and I recognized and realized how I was being triggered. And as much as I wanted to listen, I wasn't showing the kind of compassion that I wanted to, and just really truly being with him and the feelings that were coming. I was so busy trying to say, you don't have to be in this place all your life. And of course, my dad has worked very hard through a lot of things, and so it was an experience that I sat with later, and I was kind of bothered with my inability to be as compassionate, of course, as I would like to be. But as I was sitting in that with meditation, there was just this huge revelation surrounding him mentioning that he has this dependency issue in his life. And it's something that I felt. Oh, there's my brother singing. It's awesome. At this house, you never know what's going to happen, and people burst into song at any time. Me included. So I was contemplating this, and for some reason it was really sinking into me, and I thought back to when I was a little baby and born, and this is something that I have contemplated a lot. I have gone back and visited this many times, and the sensation when I was born was there was so much pain in me and what was happening externally with the people around me and the energy, that I had a tough time wanting to be on Earth. I really, really did. But I was a twin, so I was born very small. And I was in the hospital, and they were watching me because I was losing weight. And it was kind of a serious matter. And I remember my dad coming to me. My dad was so happy when Grace and I were born. It was the thrill of his life at that point. He ran through the hospital singing and telling everyone that we were born, and was just so, so happy. But my dad came to me when I was struggling, and I remember this, if it was our spirits or souls talking to each other, and he told me that it was going to be okay, and it was worth living, and I would know what love was. And he told me things like a man would see me and be inspired because of how amazing I was, and he would want to be better, and I would know what love was, and all of these things. And as I revisited it and felt through it, I could sense and I could feel that as my dad was trying to bring hope to me and love to me, it was also coming on the form of his dependency disorder. His dependency disorder of leaning on someone else to find worth and avoiding his inner pain and his loneliness and and those things. And it was coming with that, along with it. It was like a tagline. And for so many years, I've struggled wanting to let that go, knowing that there was great love there, but having trouble letting it go, this idea of, oh, I'm this amazing thing, I'm going to inspire this man, but somehow this man is emotionally not really going to be able to keep up with me and not really be able to support me. I'm just going to be inspiration, right? I'm just going to be inspiration. And you can probably guess how this has played havoc in my dating life, in my relationship lives, over and over and over again. Men not really being there for me, but me feeling like I need to be some kind of inspiration. I have to be the one who carries things. So there was this huge aha moment that occurred, but as I was with it and I was feeling it, I could almost feel like all of that, what he gave to me and what he told me, it was like this cage that I was feeling myself slowly kind of come out of, like I was kind of this eel-like thing, and this cage was slowly being able to be removed, and I felt it literally separate from me, from my identity of what I am. And it was the most amazing thing, and I questioned myself. I was like, wow, it's taken so long to do this, what's going on? And then there was this thought that maybe my inner child might be afraid. And so I turned instantly to this inner child that I recently have been, saying, I'm here for you. I'm paying attention to you. I'm mindful of you. And as this inner child was there, it was having a little bit of, some emotional stuff going on. And I was like, okay, it's okay. You can feel these things, these emotions that were coming up. It's okay. I'm going to just stand right here. I'm right here for you. And as soon as I really stood there and just watched and was there for it, that little inner girl, that inner child came in. She put her arms around me and embraced me in the most loving manner that I have ever felt before. It was the most beautiful, beautiful embrace. And I felt it in my body. I felt it in my system, this light. Ever since then, as I meditate, before, as I meditated, I would light my light and I could feel it light inside of me. But now the light is there. It's still there. And it's just this amazing, beautiful thing. So, I walked away from that in that experience. I was sitting there with this feeling, not wanting to open my eyes, in this meditation, for 45, 50 minutes, an hour, and just feeling this beautiful connection and love and this oneness with my soul. I'm so glad that I can share this with you and that you can hear and understand it because of the sound. And I hope you continue sharing time with me as I go through my 100 days of meditation challenge.